Happy New Year, Flosstube! This is Amber with the Digi Stitchery, and I have a full show for you today. We are going to start off with some shop talk. Then we're going to go over the brand new release of Love Notes fabric series. Next, we'll get into some finishes, and then we'll go into some whips. So stay tuned. Again, Happy New Year, guys. I hope everyone had a fantastic, relaxing, fun Christmas holiday break. We did, so I hope everyone did as well. We kind of chilled and we started some kitchen construction. We picked out our tile for our backsplash and my husband is installing it. So that's why we have a little bit of a construction zone over here. But otherwise, we had a great Christmas break. I was busy designing and just working on a few things and thinking about things for what I want to do with the Digi Stitchery for 2024. So it is the new year. I have some new updates for you. So as far as shop updates, if you haven't looked yet, over Christmas break, I snuck in three little new products that for you linen lovers, you can now get 32 Belfast linen, and you can get 36 count linen. Edinburgh, I'm butchering that, so excuse me. But 32 count and 36 count linen is now available in the shop. In the basic color series. So like your Chance of Rain, Marine Blue, Caribbean Waterfall, Lovely Lavender, Grandma's Lipstick, Ambrosia. Like there's like 25 colors that you can get in the linen. Right now it's in there. Now I will slowly be adding in like our spooky series in linen, Classic Christmas, Marshmallow World, all of that good stuff. Eventually, it just takes time. Because I have to print every print, make sure color looks good, and then I have to take product photos, create the product. It takes a long time to do. So I am getting there. But if you linen lovers want, say, sugar cookie, and you don't see it on the website yet in a 32 count or a 36 count, just email me. We'll figure it out. I may be in the process of uploading it right then, or we'll figure it out. So if you're linen lovers, your call has been answered. 32 count Belfast and 36 count. We're not even gonna try and pronounce that. So yeah. And then going forward, great news. With every new fabric release, I will be showing and I'll be releasing a linen series as well. So when we talk about Love Notes, I'm going to show you the linen print. So very exciting. I know this was a long time coming for you guys. So tell all of your linen loving friends that we have it. It is available now and you can get it in the 10 by 12 size, 14 by 16 size, and 16 by 20 size. Yeah, and then another shop update that I've been doing is I went back and I redid all of the like cover product photos that you see when you open up the Digi Stitchery on Etsy. I wanted to redo it, make it a little bit easier on the eye, easier to read, and just make it look better. I am all about making things look better. So I've been working my way through each fabric series and cleaning things up. So take a look. Also, let me know what you think. If you think I need to maybe tweak something, let me know. Okay, so that was big shop updates over Christmas break. Next, we're gonna talk about Love Notes. And Love Notes is our Valentine's Day fabric series. And I'm very, very excited to show you all of the pieces. We have 5 key fabrics or designs that I've created for you. So yeah, let's just get right into it. We are gonna start, let's talk about Ada first. I'll start with that and then we'll go through the rest. So, Love Notes, 5 pieces. These are super versatile. Definitely, I know 3 of these guys you guys can use for any other season. So I'm super, super excited. So let's just get into it. So our namesake for the series is Love Notes. So this is our Love Notes fabric. You can write your little love notes on here. This has a gradient from light, almost white to pink that goes to the side. And then I added in some light little squigglies, like you're writing your love notes. And to top it off, I added some pinky, reddy, purpley hearts. I didn't go really crazy with like super dark colors on this one. I wanted to draw it back so your stitch takes precedence over all the stuff that's going on. But super cute, love it, Love Notes. And this is on Ada. Yes, Ada. All right, next, going with our pink. I love this one. So this is Tickled Pink. It has a little bit of a different modeling that I designed for this one. It's got some halftone gradients, the little dots, as well as some streaks going on. So super fun. Your reds are gonna pop, your darker pinks are gonna pop, teals are gonna look fantastic, of course white, and purples. So all of your Valentine's Day colors are gonna look great on here. So Tickled Pink. Next, we can't have Valentine's Day without roses, right? So I'm not like a rose girl myself, like they're not my favorite flower, but they're definitely like the most popular thing, like when you think Valentine's Day, roses. So I had to design something around roses. So I would like to introduce you to a dozen roses. And I did make sure there were at least a dozen roses on here. So there is. This is just beautiful. I love it. It is a very different pink. So think classic ColorWorks persimmon. Not like super red pink, more pinky with just a dab of orange in it, more salmon-y, so salmon, duh. But, and then the lighter color, I took roses and I've placed them ever so carefully around with a lighter pink. Again, not wanting to take away from your stitching or your pattern. I want that to be the focal point, but this just adds a little bit of oomph, a little bit of ooh, yeah. So it looks good to your Valentine's Day stitch. So this is a dozen roses. And what's great about this guy is I designed it to where you can stitch it horizontal, vertical, whatever way. You're gonna catch a piece of a rose, a petal, or even a leaf. So very cool. I love it. A dozen roses. Next, switching up colorways here. This is one that I've wanted to do for a long time. So let's just get to it. This is Minty Fresh. So this is a lighter, more bluey version of mint. So Again, I added the halftones. I really like those circle halftones this time around. They're kind of hard to see, but you can see them on the fabric. It adds some dimension to it. I really, really like how this turned out. And just colors galore are gonna work on here. Pinks, reds, whites, purples, yellows, even your darker blues. And your medium to light greens. These are gonna, or medium to darker greens, excuse me, are gonna work great on here. So this is Minty Fresh. And then our last one, I think is super fun and versatile, along with Minty Fresh and Tickled Pink. We are gonna be able to use these for different seasonal stitches, not just for a Valentine's Day or a winter stitch. This one is just super fun. I had a great time experimenting with it. I did so many test prints to just kind of just narrow it down and just to fine tune it. So this is Olive Juice. So when I always test case everything with my daughter, I say, okay, Corbin, what do you think of this? It's gonna be called Tickled Pink. It's gonna be called Minty Fresh. It's gonna be called, this is gonna be called Olive Juice. And she goes, I don't get it. And I go, what? Olive juice. When you say olive juice, or when you speak olive juice, you know, or mouth it, it looks like you're saying, I love you. And she goes, that's weird. And I go, it's staying. I don't care. I like it. I came up with the name first before I came up with the color, so I'm going with it. So, but no, it's just funny. She's my very, very good quality control test group on names and colors. So I appreciate her. But so this is Olive Juice. So if those of you who don't know what olive juice is, in accordance to I love you, that's what it means. But I love this. It is hints of green, well, mostly green, and then I threw in some little wisps of blue, and I absolutely love this. I actually have another, a different seasonal pattern idea for this guy that I plan on stitching on, and you will see that in a floss toss here in the next couple of weeks once I get my act together and create some. So very excited about this one. This is Olive Juice. And that is it for Love Notes. So that was Ada. Next, you know me, I can't stay away from just doing a regular print without throwing in some opalescent, right? So yeah, we've established that by now. I could have done all 5 in opalescent. Truth be told, could have done it. May down the line add the others into opalescent, honestly, because they printed beautifully. So, but I felt like I needed to narrow it down because sometimes there's just a lot of fabric colors and fabric going on. But I digress. Anyway, so for our opalescent, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do Love Notes. Look at that shine, it's beautiful. Same print as the regular Ada, and as you're gonna see in Linda and in Linen. Same print, just on this beautiful opalescent that gives you just a hint of a shine. It's just so pretty, I love it. And then next, Tickled Pink. You can't have like pink without it being like a sparkly version too. And it's just so cute. I love it. Tickled Pink, wow, you can really see the modeling in that. Cool, and the sparkles stand out. Valentine's Day, Easter, what else? Christmas ornaments. I know, Christmas. Are we over Christmas or are we still stitching Christmas? I don't know. I've kind of, I don't know. I need to get back on the wagon of ornaments because I had so many plans and didn't happen. I'm taking a break from ornaments for a while, but they will be coming back. But Tickled Pink would be fantastic with Christmas ornaments, especially, ooh, the pastel. That Country Cottage Needleworks, the pastel ornament series. Omit the pink, switch it up, maybe add some purple instead of the pink. That would look great on there. The last Opalescent is, of course, Minty Fresh. I couldn't, like, not do this. Again, great ornament piece, great for summer. This would look awesome with, like, red and blue, patriotic, red, white, and blue on a minty. A little bit different, but this would look awesome with it. So Minty Fresh in the Opalescent, you can kind of see it. It doesn't show up as well as the others do with the Opalescent, but that is it for Love Notes Opalescent 3 colors. Next, I'll show you, let's go over Linda. And remember, Linda compared to regular Ada is always gonna be just a little bit lighter. It just is, that's the nature of the beast, that's the nature of Linda fabric. Even though it's 100% cotton, just like Ada is, it's got a different make chemistry, something to it that's making these prints show up just a hint lighter. So keep that in mind always when you're ordering Linda fabric. So starting out, let's see here. Let's start out with Love Notes. So here you can see that gradient behind is a little bit lighter than our Ada fabric, but still beautiful. I love the hearts. Next is A Dozen Roses in Linda. Tickled Pink. Olive Juice. And last, Minty Fresh. All right, that was Linda. So 27 count Linda. Next, I'm gonna show you linen. So new edition, super excited, long time coming. So with linen, it's the opposite of Linda. So compared to Ada, linen is going to be a smidge darker. Sometimes there's not even really a change, but that I've noticed printing, but some of it is a smidge darker. So keep that in mind when you're purchasing as well. So I'm gonna go on a spectrum of darkest. So your linen, Ada's right in the middle. Sometimes Opalescent Ada is gonna get a little bit lighter than your regular Ada, and then your Linda is gonna be slightly lighter than your regular Ada. So just keep that in mind. Good, good tips to have. Okay, so linen. This is, I'm trying to think, 32 count. I printed this on 32 count. And between the 32 count and the 36 count, there isn't a difference. It looks exactly the same when it's printed. So this is a 32 count, A Dozen Roses. Tickled Pink. Love Notes. Minty Fresh. And Olive Juice. And you know what? Let's show 3 side by side so you can look. Give me just a second, talk amongst yourselves. Okay. when I'm just focusing on the blues in Olive Juice, this is my linen. I'm going to show linen first. So take a look at that. And then I'm going to stick it next to Ada. It's similar, but it's just a hint darker, just a smidge, okay? And then I'm going to hold up Linda back here. It's just, really, you can tell by the greens, it's just a smidge lighter. So good tips to know. Olive Juice, I love it. I really don't know which one is actually my favorite of this group because I like all of them. They're all just really cool, and I hope you like them too. So leave a comment down below. Tell me what's your favorite fabric in Love Notes, and also tell me what you want to stitch on this new fabric series, like any new patterns that are out, or existing Valentine's Day patterns. Let me know down below. I love reading your comments. So yeah, let me know. This should be in the shop right now. So after you're done watching this video, liking and subscribing the video or the channel as well, ladies. After you do all of that, then go to the Digi Stitchery and get yourself some Love Note fabric. Okay? All right. So Love Notes, excited. Can't wait for you guys to start stitching on this. All right. As for finishes, let's see. I have 3 to show you. Over the break, I really stitched a lot. I'll show you. I've got a few whips to show you guys. And I've also, just with designing, I started stitching things while I was testing fabric and designing, started stitching things that are to come. So I can't show you everything that I've done, but just know it's awesome. I can't wait to show you. So, all right, so finishes. Last time I showed you that I finished Hands-On Design Season 2, June. And I am halfway through. This feels so good. I have no due date until July. So it's very, very relaxing, I guess, knowing that I have a little bit of time before I need to get it done. Now, I do need to get it done. That's still the other thing. I can't just out of sight, out of mind. So, but June, I love this white with red ticking fabric I found at Hobby Lobby. It was just a fat quarter bundle. Yep, just put that on there. And then as for my finishing piece, I wanted to show you, I had mentioned it last time, I purchased this from Paisley and Polka Dots. And as you can see, I have my January up. I absolutely love the way this finishes. I love the month-to-month things because the first of the month rolls around, I just walk around my house, take everything off, and then slap the new month on. It's so easy. I love it. It's easy to store too, because really you could store everything together and just slap everything on at once. So this is my January season 2. This came already painted, already ready to go, this box and everything and the dates. The only thing that I had purchased separately is this kind of wood backing that I painted myself. I painted it with beigey cream paint. And then I also purchased this, she had like this like block. So like your finish will pop out more to make it stand out, really. So I purchased, it comes with like 2 blocks, but I just put in, let's see if you can see that, just 1, and then slapped a magnet on it, and then washer, rare earth magnet, just to make sure everything's secure. And there you go. I made my fabric behind my cross stitch finish bigger, so it could, or longer, so it could cover up that block so you can't see it when it's sitting on my entry table. So, but here is June. Oh, I haven't stuck it on there yet. It looks really good. That looks awesome. So really easy. Again, paisley and polka dots. It's already finished. You don't have to do anything. You really don't even have to buy this. You could just have it be the wood finish. So very cool. Thing about these dates is you could change it like every day if you're a date changer. I found out I'm not. It takes too much work and I forget about it. So I like to just leave it as January 01. 01 means it's the first month of the year, right? So, which drives my daughter Corbin crazy. She loves to mess with me. And since it is on our entry table, she'll like walk by and actually put it to the correct date. And then I won't notice it. She likes to see how long I notice it, and then it drives me crazy because I have to switch everything out and make it, turn it back, and she thinks it's hilarious. So, but this is season 2 by Hands On Design. So there you go. All right, the next finish I have is super cute, and I'm so excited to show you guys. I finished this like Christmas Day, like the stitching I finished Christmas Day. So it was a little late, but I still have it displayed because it's just too cute. But I ended up finishing it, like had to, you know, make an extra trip to Hobby Lobby to get my stuff, you know, the usual. Had to make my husband drop me off while he sat in the car and I got my finishing piece. But this is the Frosted Peppermint Sweet Shop by Cherry Hill Stitchery. She was hosting a stitch along for the month of December and a little bit of November, I think. So I jumped right in and participated, and I actually finished a stitch along. I've done 2 stitch alongs in 2023 and I finished them. Like, I'm amazed at myself because that has never happened. So this was good. This was really good. But I stitched this on 14 count Opalescent snowed in purple from my Marshmallow World series that was the last release back in November or December, I can't remember. But it turned out beautifully. I switched up the colors just to make it a little bit more pastel to go with the purple. And I just love, love, love how this turned out. I left the 2 bottom rows out because I wanted more of a square finish for this. Yeah, and these pinks are Color and Cotton. All of my floss was just a mix of DMC, Classic ColorWorks, and Color and Cotton. But this darker pink, pinky red, is Ferris wheel, and this lighter pink with the super awesome variegation is Cotton Candy. If you are looking for a medium pink with good variegation, Cotton Candy from Color and Cotton is the way to go. Like, this just turned out awesome. And then I pulled some DMC browns just for the gingerbread house. And then for my trees, I used a mix of Frosted Sage, which is one of my favorite winter greeny whites. I love it. And then Jolly Holly. And then for the accents in here, this is Meadow Green by Classic ColorWorks. So love how it turned out. I added some gray Chelsea's checks to the back, some pink regular rickrack I got at Hobby Lobby, and then for the top, I'm sorry, the finishing piece is from the unfinished wood section. It is a whitewashed square sign that's 10 by 10. 10 by 10, and yeah, unfinished wood section of Hobby Lobby. And then on the top, I took what was left of my mini wreath that I bought back in the summer from Hobby Lobby, ripped it apart, and then I stuck in between a candy cane mini ornament from the Hobby Lobby mini tree section. Yeah. And then I kind of rigged this so I could reuse it because this is such a good finishing piece. 10 by 10 is great. It's a great size. So what I did was, this is like totally not, you guys are gonna cringe, but it works. It definitely works. So I can take this off, and I just fastened it by those floral strips. I just rigged it, jerry rigged it, and yeah, so I can easily take it off when I'm ready to display the next awesome design. So there you go, Frosted Peppermint Sweet Shop. This was actually my first Cherry Hill Stitchery pattern to stitch, and whoa, let me tell you, super easy stitch, easy to read patterns, love it, love it, love it, love it. So there you go, stitched again on Opalescent, 14 count, snowed in purple. So, all right, and then my last finish, which honestly, I can't believe I actually finished it, is my temperature chart. It's not fully finished yet. I want to frame it because it looks so pretty. This needs to be framed, beautifully framed, probably professionally framed, so I can hang it in my office. But this is my temperature chart for 2023. I did Kansas City, Missouri, max temperature, so the high temperature for the day. Did that on here, and it's just a bunch of hearts. And if you are wanting to get into a temperature chart, you're kind of scared, you know, to start, this was super easy because it's the same heart you're stitching 365 times. So you get to memorize the hearts, and you just work your way down and through it. So super easy. If you're wanting to try it, I would suggest this pattern. This is by Apricot Polka Dot off of Etsy, and I will link her down below. Super easy, and I love how it turned out. I stitched this on 14 count pale gray gingham, and I know we've talked about this before, but I'll mention it again. I pulled the DMC colors from Lori Holt's Flea Market Flowers, and I made my own temperature range. The only thing I had to add was purple, because she didn't have purple in Flea Market Flowers. So I added just a couple of purples here and there, a light and a dark. I think it was, yeah, it was just 2 purples that I added, and made my own temperature ranges. So I absolutely love how it turned out. I did backstitch a 2023 on there. I am excited to get it framed and get it hung up. This is like a huge accomplishment for me. So if you guys are interested, totally do a temperature chart. And I will tell you, search on Etsy, because they have the coolest temperature charts. Like, I'll show you what I'm doing for this year here in a sec. But they just have so many, it's for every different type. If you're a book lover, you could like stitch books that are for temperature. I've seen trees with leaves, like just so stinking cool. So I highly recommend doing a temperature chart at least once. So it's very fun. It's a challenge. It's definitely a challenge to like keep up with it, because yeah, I was like months off, like 4 or 5 months off, and I was able to like recoup while we were watching TV. So that is my last finish, but I want to jump into whips now, and I'll just show you what I am doing for my 2024 temperature chart. So I will be doing the Mushroom Patch Temperature Stitch Along. This is by Lynne Studios on Etsy. I found her. She has a couple of different temperature charts, so definitely check her out. But I love love this one because each row is a row of mushrooms and they're all different sizes. So you're not like stitching the same thing. I kind of wanted to switch it up a little bit since I'd done the hearts and everything's the same. Wanted to do something a little bit different this year. So each row is a month. So January, February, March, and on down. But what's cool about it is they're not just mushrooms. She added in like these cute little, like for February, 2 little hedgehogs. Like they're adorable. Really the hedgehogs drew me, and then I was like, oh, mushrooms, those are cute. So yeah, so hedgehogs. There's a bird for March. It looks like a robin. There's a snail. There's a tree. I think there's a pumpkin too, and a squirrel. So they're like hidden in here, which is also really cool. So, and it kind of breaks up like doing mushrooms, but these guys, the things that are not, the mushrooms are the temperature chart. I should back up. The mushrooms are the actual temperature chart, like the tops of the mushrooms. The stems are not, so you can like stitch ahead and get your stems all stitched out. And then the little guys, they have their own DMC colors, so they're not a part of the temperature, so you're not going to end up with like a blue-green hedgehog. That would be weird. So, but definitely super cute. And what's awesome about Angela Lynne Studios is when you buy the pattern, she gives you a spreadsheet template to where you can put in your high and your low, and it's going to automatically, she has the formula set to where in the spreadsheet, it tells you what DMC color you're using, which is fantastic. It saves so much time. It just tells me. So I went with the called for colors on this because there are so many DMC colors, and I just wanted to do it the way she intended it, because it's just so cute. So here is my stitch so far. I don't think I've ever shown a 16 by 20 on here before, but I haven't trimmed it down. So what you see in the gray is the actual 16 by 20 size. So I printed a 16 by 20, 14 count chance of rain. I just color matched it with once I pulled on my DMC. Thankfully I organized with my DMC floss labels, just a little plug there. And I organized my DMC, so I knew what I needed to get for this whole temperature chart thing. Luckily, I had a lot of the colors already, but I went ahead and printed it out bigger. Whoops. We're okay. There's just dates all over the floor. No harm done. But where was I? Yeah, okay, so temperature chart. I printed out a 16 by 20. It is going to be a little bit bigger, but I also wanted to allow a ton of extra room because I have had a bad habit of cutting things short lately as far as fabric, and I just want to make sure I'm covered. So I think I will be with this. It's gigantic. But here are my first 3 stitches, and it's so cute. It is so stinking cute. So the stems are a regular like DMC. They're all the same, and they got a little bit of shadowing in there, so like a darker DMC. But the tops are where you put your temperature in. So the main color, so this like main part of this big mushroom is the high for the day. And then the little accents are the low for the day. So, and it kind of varies by mushroom, I've found. But yeah, so super cute. I'm gonna try a little bit of a different type of organization with this and productivity. I'm gonna keep this downstairs in my office. So every day while I'm like waiting for things to warm up, get ready, doing my bookkeeping or after my bookkeeping and stuff, I can do my temperature chart for the day. So I'm gonna see how that goes. Oh, that's my grand plan for getting this done. But very excited about that. I hope you guys are doing a temperature chart as well. And if you are, leave a comment down below telling all of us what you're stitching, what the pattern is, and yeah, all that good stuff. So moving on to the rest of the whips. Let's see. I did go back. I know I told you guys last time I was done with snowmen and snowflakes, which really after Frosted Peppermint Sweet Shop, I was just like, I'm done. But I did have an inkling of I really want to move forward with this. This is the January monthly weigh-in by Stitching with the Housewives. So I did fill in my snowman since you last saw, and I started this massive snowflake. So I don't know. It's definitely not going to be ready for display in January, but it's on the list. It'll get done. Maybe if I, want to stitch a snowflake here and there, I'll whip this guy out. But this is stitched on 14 count Flint from our Basic Color series. So Flint is awesome for winter stitching because it has a hint of blue as well as the charcoal in it. So, and it's not super, super dark. So there you go. Next, I did work on my vintage Christmas a little bit. So I wanted to show that to you. This is being stitched on Peppermint Swirl 14 count. This is Vintage Christmas by Stitching with the Housewives. And I've gotten a little bit more done down here. This house is completely done, as well as this guy. So I just got the tangerine house left, and then I finished my church. Oh, I took the church, if you guys didn't watch last time, I took the church from City Christmas 4, I believe. It's the stained glass church, and I swapped out the purple house and I placed it in its place, and I think it looks really good. I don't know if I'm going to add the purple house here or not. I don't know. I'm playing around with it. And then I'm going to take out the words Vintage Christmas and maybe put Santa up here. I'm not sure yet. I need to play around with it, but this looks awesome. I love Peppermint Swirl. It's been really easy to stitch, fun to stitch, and all of the colors are called for except the yellow, which is Cottage Daisies, which honestly, after stitching on it, it's fine. It pops out. It's just the background to the houses to make it look lit up. That's it. So it looks really good. All right. And then next, moving on to a new whip with some new fabric. So this is February monthly weigh-in on A Dozen Roses. And this is just coming together beautifully. I love it. The colors are awesome. You will notice I did on social media a floss toss with the called for colors that came with the pattern or the kit from Fat Quarter Shop. And I switched it up just a little bit for my personal stitching, but the original colors work just as well, just great. I switched in, since I have such a collection of color and cotton now, I added in some color and cotton floss. So let me show you what that is. But it looks great. The roses, you can see them, but again, like I said earlier, it is not overpowering. It's just a little bit of a difference in the stitching. So I'm excited for this. Yeah, it's gonna look really cool. But see, here are my color and cottons, and I'll have them down below. But these are really cool. So my green is Enchanted. That's not, there we go. Enchanted. Very similar to Little Sprout to me. Yeah. And then my pink, I really like it. It's Bunny Nose. It's got a lot of variegation in it, like a whitey super, super light pinky white. It's very pretty. And it goes beautifully with this pink that is like the main color of A Dozen Roses. So, and then my green, what did I switch to? Or my greeny, I'm sorry, I showed that to you. My like teal is Nutcracker Prince, which is a little bit darker than really tealy. I just wanted to switch things up a little bit and use all of this awesome color and cotton I have. So there you go. And then the rest, the black and the red and the white are the same. So that is February monthly weigh-in by Stitching with the Housewives. And then my last whip is on another fabric that I've shown you today. It is Opalescent 14 count Minty Fresh. So it looks fantastic. I am stitching Happy Spring, the dog version of from Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. And this dog looks very similar to Ernest, our 1.5-year-old crazy man. So I have stitched Happy Winter. I did that last year, or actually this time last year I was stitching Happy Winter, and I made, I think it was like a husky that they had originally put into pattern. I changed it to look like Ernest with the colors and everything. So I just transferred the same colors that I used for him into here. So, but this is Happy Spring by Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. Let me see if I've got the cover page to show you. Again, I love Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. They have easy to read patterns. They're so informative. The colors are awesome. I used pretty much the called for colors. So there is the pattern title page. So very cute. I am absolutely loving it on this Minty Fresh. It looks really cool. It's super springy, Minty Fresh is. Very versatile. My yellows look great on there. Even the pinks and the darker greens. So there you go. All right, so 2024. We have lots in the books, in the plans. I can't talk. I have a lot of plans for 2024 for you guys. And I am very excited for what this next year is going to bring for the Digi Stitchery. Thank you for continuing to watch me, follow me, subscribe to the channel, liking the videos, commenting. Thank you so much for all of that, and shopping at the store. I wouldn't be here if you guys didn't like shopping at the shop. So thank you so much. Love Notes is in the shop, so go grab some fabric, start your Valentine's Day stitching, because technically it's about 6 weeks away, less than 6 weeks away. And then, oh, for those who haven't looked at the calendar, sorry, my calendar's right over there. Like February, or like January goes fast. February will go fast. And then in March, we have St. Patrick's Day, and at the end of March, we have Easter. Easter's super early this year. So with that being said, with Valentine's Day coming quickly, like in 6 weeks or so, Love Notes is out. And the next 2 series that I have for you, designed, ready to go actually, I'm just sitting on them, but they will be released pretty quickly, just because I want you guys to be able to get in your holiday stitching, if that gives you any idea of what's to come next. So with that, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and enjoy stitching, all of the fun stuff. And I will talk to you guys later.